in the car.
Deputies took the driver, who Mitchell claims is 19, in for extensive questioning, then let him go without being charged.
Why wasn't he arrested?
He was released pending the outcome of the ongoing investigation.
There's nowhere on God's green earth that anyone can be reckless driving, running through red lights, and have a in the car and walk away within 4 or 5 hours.
Mitchell says her son was
The ongoing investigation.
Deputies say he was cooperative, and after consulting with the DA's office, they released him. Mitchell says that makes no sense. She says the driver passed a fire department, a hospital, and a police station and didn't try and let anyone know what happened. She says one is still walking free.
How do you get to go home?
Get to go home after deputies say they found her son's during a traffic stop.
In what country do you live in where you can be reckless driving and running through a red light with a
All right, what's up with y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video, and this situation right here takes place in Douglasville, Georgia. And you know, this situation right here is very, very crazy. I'm not here to pick sides and point fingers and things like that, but this case is very, very odd, and we're gonna talk about all of the details, and we're gonna listen to some more details at the same time. So listen, Malachi Mitchell was a 21-year-old man, right? And he went to go sell his firearm to another man around 11 p.m. at night. Now that's where I feel like things get a little tricky right there, because doing certain deals at nighttime is never a good idea, in my personal opinion. I know from experience, I know from people who, you know, went through certain situations and stuff like that. It's just not a good idea. But, you know, people can do whatever the hell they want to do with their lives. Now, people have a misconception of what really took place. They're saying that this was an illegal trade, a legal drug deal. They don't even know. They're not even listening to the facts of the case. So basically, he went to go sell his firearm. His legal firearm is not illegal. He went to go sell it to a guy by the name of Cameron Ashton. Now, they are alleged to know each other, right? And basically, something went wrong in the midst of all of this situation right here, right? Now, after all of this took place, Malachi ended up losing his life, but Cameron survived whatever took place, the ordeal. Cameron actually took his life, they're saying with his gun, but I'm not going to just say that's the complete truth because I don't know yet, you know. But they're saying that he took his life with the gun that he purchased. But come to find out, Cameron had his own firearm on him too. Now people are saying that it's not a good idea for him to have his own firearm on him because it looks like he was trying to rob him. We don't know what the hell was going on that day. And I mean, people will have their firearm on them when they go do a deal, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, what's so crazy about it is Cameron had Malachi's body with him, and he was driving erratically all over the city, passing by police stations, hospitals, and things like that, but not taking him to the proper authorities, right? Ultimately, they're trying to say that Cameron was being followed. He thought he was being followed. He thought it was a setup and things like that. I'm here to say I don't know which one is the truth, but I do know that two families are suffering, but no one is suffering like Malachi's mother. She is breaking down, and that's only, you know, right, because I mean, that's her baby, and to lose him in this way is crazy to me. Now people are saying that they both were associated with certain illegal activities. We don't know that to be true, and I don't like spreading those false narratives on these people because, you know, people love doing things like that to make a story sound so much more juicier, when in all actuality sometimes these situations don't even be the case. You know, people be saying that this guy was a menace, he was like King Von and this and this and that. Man, it's just sad and unfortunate that the whole situation took place. But look, I got a lot of details about it, and then it's so crazy that the police are actually trying to say that they're not gonna, you know, pursue him as of now. He's free, you know, and he has certain ties. Well, his family has certain ties to the police station, allegedly. Everything in this video from beginning to the end is allegedly. And I actually seen a video of a guy speaking about this stuff. I done featured him on the channel before. When I'm actually looking for certain things on Facebook, he'll pop up and I put him on here too, because he got additional information that I refuse to kind of, you know, say I said it. So, you know, let's go ahead and jump into the video. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this, and we're going to talk more about it as the video progresses. Let's go.
A Douglas County mom is grieving the loss of her child almost a week ago. Law enforcement say they found his body in the car when they pulled over a driver for a traffic violation.
And investigators have not filed any charges yet. Farside's Kevin Stewart is live in Douglasville at the county sheriff's office with more. Kevin?
Investigators say they're still working on this case. This entire experience for the mother has been extremely painful.
Kenya Mitchell is still so hurt, agonizing over the loss of her 21-year-old son, Malachi.
He was a strong, level-headed, kind, caring man.
Her emotion compounded with seething confusion about the investigation.
Not once have we had any compassion, any closure, any answers, not even my son's body.
All this began last Wednesday. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office confirms deputies conducted a traffic stop near Thornton Road and I-20 and discovered the driver and a deceased Mitchell inside. After questioning the driver, detectives let the person go.
So what happened? Where's the man? My son. Nobody has any answers. We're still investigating.
Mitchell believes her son was legally conducting a private sale of a gun to the driver. Tuesday afternoon, she and supporters gathered outside the Douglas County Sheriff's Office to demand answers. Investigators will only say the case is still under investigation, and their findings will be passed on to the district attorney for review. The department reported threats against the driver's family have led to heightened patrols by the Sheriff's Office. Still, Mitchell wonders, how can a person be caught with a body in a car on a traffic stop and be cleared to go home so soon, and there's still no resolution?
And for them to be protecting his family and him is beyond my understanding.
Car during a traffic stop is demanding the driver be arrested and charged with.
We reported yesterday on Channel 2 Action News at 4 the teen driver was questioned and then released. Channel 2's Tom Regan is live at the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, where the mother showed up today demanding justice.
Yeah, Linda, our Tom Jones first interviewed this grieving mother yesterday, and a couple of hours ago, she and her supporters showed up here at the sheriff's office demanding answers in her son's.
And when you ask how we feel, we don't know, because we don't have no answers to feel.
Kenya Mitchell's anguish is mixed with anger over the of her 21-year-old son, Malachi. She says he met up with someone to sell a firearm that he legally owned. Early in the morning of January 29th, she learned deputies pulled over a driver on Thornton Road near Home Depot and made a shocking discovery.
He got pulled over for reckless driving, running through the red light with my already deceased son in the car.
Deputies took the driver, who Mitchell claims is 19, in for extensive questioning, then let him go without being charged.
Why wasn't he arrested? He was released pending the outcome of the ongoing investigation.
There's nowhere on God's green earth that anyone can be reckless driving, running through red lights and have a in the car and walk away within 4 or 5 hours.
Mitchell says her son, which has not been confirmed by investigators. She says Malachi was kind, respectable, and guided by his faith. Her loss unimaginable. As she describes it,
you ripped our hearts out. Do you understand me? You ripped our hearts out. Do you get that?
I reached out to the sheriff's office this afternoon to find out if they wanted to share any additional information or comments on this ongoing investigation, but have not heard back. Live in Douglas County, Douglasville, Tom Regan.
Tonight, deputies are explaining why they released a driver after finding a body in his car. The victim's mother is furious they didn't arrest him. Channel 2's Tom Jones live in Douglas County tonight, and Tom, deputies now say they did take the driver in for questioning.
Yeah, they did, Linda. They're not releasing his name right now, but they say they brought that driver here to the jail and they questioned him, and he was cooperative, so they let him go. The victim's mother is angry that her son is gone and the driver is still walking the streets.
And I need answers now. Kenya Mitchell gets emotional because she can't understand how the person she was told her son is still walking free.
How do you get to go home?
Get to go home after deputies say they found her son during a traffic stop.
And what country do you live in where you can be reckless driving and running through a red light with and not see one bit of no jail?
Deputies told me it was January 29th when they stopped a driver for traffic violations near this Home Depot on Thornton Road. But this was no ordinary traffic stop.
They discovered a deceased passenger inside of the car.
Deputies say they took the driver in for questioning, then let him go with no charges.
Why wasn't he arrested?
He was released pending the outcome of the ongoing investigation.
Deputies say he was cooperative, and after consulting with the DA's office, they released him. Mitchell says that makes no sense. She says the driver passed a fire department, a hospital, and a police station and didn't try and let anyone know what happened. She says whatever statement he gave, it was self-serving.
And I need to see what proof did you have to let this man walk after he told you he Malachi Mitchell?
And I reached out to the DA's office for a comment. She had no comment. Some of this community wonder why sheriff's deputies didn't at least hold him for concealing a... The sheriff's office says, once again, this is all under investigation, and they're not saying if the driver confessed to the... We're live in Douglas County.
You know, that is some of the most craziest things I've heard this year so far. How the hell were you able to go home knowing that all of this took place and you're hiding his identity? You cannot tell me that there isn't a bias somewhere in this situation. It just don't make no sense to me at all. And let me know, do you understand where they're coming from by doing this? And wait till you hear the police statement that they released. You're gonna kind of be like, damn, it kind of sound crazy. They basically saying, shit, we're not gonna do what the public want us to do. We're gonna do what we're supposed to do. And they're not going off of public, you know, now that is right now. I can understand that, and I respect what they're saying, but at the same time, due to the circumstances of this situation, it just ain't sitting well with me. We're gonna get into all of that. Somebody gonna play a clip of it in here, but I got the full video right after that clip plays. Let's get back into it, though.
You're creating a narrative.
They are.
Now, the body has not been released to the family because the GBI says that the autopsy has not been completed. I'm told that should happen soon. The mom insists she didn't know that until today when the media told her. Reporting live in Douglasville, Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
Only on 11 Alive, the family of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell is taking legal action against the man Douglas County deputies say admitted to pulling the trigger and taking his life. This happened January 29th after deputies say Mitchell met with the man to sell him a gun.
After the seller received payment and the transaction was completed, a physical struggle broke out inside the vehicle over the control of the purchased firearm. During the altercation, the purchaser, who was also the driver of the vehicle, produced a second firearm and fatally shot Malachi Mitchell. Believing he was being set up and possibly followed, the driver fled the scene. Just minutes later, deputies stopped him for his erratic driving behavior and discovered Mitchell's body.
Now tonight, deputies say they are still withholding the man's identity because of what they believe to be credible against him and his family. Now, he was brought in for questioning but let go pending the results of the investigation. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido is live tonight from Mitchell's family's attorney's office in Tucker. Angelina, I know the family only shared the filing with you today, the civil suit. Why are they taking this big step now?
Well, Jonathan, those papers submitted hours ago. Malachi's mom, Kenya, and her attorney, Marcia Mignot, say the goal here is to get an arrest in this case. Now, nearly 10 days after this mom is doing whatever it takes to get justice for her son.
I respect it, too.
I'm angry. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. My heart hurts. My heart aches.
There are no words to describe Kenya Mitchell's pain.
My son was not armed. That's cold-blooded, premeditated, cold-blooded. And I don't understand why he's still out and free.
From the day she learned her 21-year-old's life was taken, she's had that question. When Kenya didn't get the answers she needed, she looked for them on her own.
I knew that it was a transaction because I was able to see the conversations between the murderer and my son. And I know the truth.
Kenya says Malachi might have been set up. So does her attorney.
Who brings a firearm to purchase a firearm, other than somebody that's either coming to steal that firearm or to take it without paying for it?
Marcia Mignot says Malachi's a homicide Douglas County deputies have probable cause to arrest the suspect.
We find that law enforcement is dragging their feet, and we know that time is of the essence. We are anticipating proceeding civilly against them.
While they pursue legal action, this 21-year-old is driving his mom's fight for answers.
He believes in me to get this done. And I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get justice.
Now, the GBI has completed Malachi's autopsy, but it's going to take several weeks to get the results to that. The Douglas County deputies, again, are withholding this suspect's identity because of some of which they say are gang-related. Mignot says that statement further victimizes Malachi's family. When it comes to the Douglas County DA, she says she will review all evidence once this investigation is done before making any decisions. We're live tonight in Tucker. Angelina Salcido, 11 Alive News.
All right, certainly a lot more to come.
Good morning. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Tavares, bound for the Douglas County Sheriff's Office.
Here you go.
I would like to share some information on the case that happened last week in Douglas County that has garnered media coverage. There's been a lot of concern and speculation about how we're dealing with this case. I'm here to give you an update and give you the facts of what our investigators have come up with so far. The investigation into the January 29, 2025 shooting remains active and ongoing. Based on evidence from the crime scene and witness statements, investigators have determined the following. Evidence indicates that two black males who were familiar with one another met in Douglas County for the sale and purchase of a firearm. After the seller received payment and the transaction was completed, a physical struggle broke out inside the vehicle over the control of the purchased firearm. During the altercation, the purchaser, who was also the driver of the vehicle, produced a second firearm and fatally shot Malachi Mitchell. Believing he was being set up and possibly followed, the driver fled the scene. Just minutes later, deputies stopped him for his erratic driving behavior and discovered Mitchell's body. Investigators have confirmed that he was in contact with an individual at the time, providing limited information about the incident and expressing fear that he had been set up and that he was being followed. Based on the witness's statement, the driver was clearly in a state of panic, uncertainty, and seeking rational advice from someone he was dealing with during this traumatic experience. We are continuing to withhold the driver's personal information because of what we consider to be credible violence to him and his family over Mitchell from a local criminal street gang. Additionally, we are actively following leads related to these as part of our ongoing investigation. We want to assure the public that every aspect of this case is being thoroughly examined. Our investigators are following the evidence wherever it leads, and we will not rush to judgment or make an arrest based on media coverage, public pressure, or outside influence. We remain in contact with the Douglas County District Attorney's Office, and once the investigation is complete, the case will be submitted for their...
The mother of a 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell who...
I want to say this right here. You know, I can understand where they're coming from when they're saying this. They're basically saying that they can't go off of their emotions. They have to go off of what's facts and, you know, play it by the book, which is all understandable. But you let this guy go knowing that this just took place. You're supposed to keep him in custody or make him post bond. I don't know if he did the bond situation or not. I'm going to make sure I look into that. But, you know, when you go to jail, they do make it public who did go to jail. And I haven't seen him anywhere yet. That's why I went to go look a while ago. And I actually seen this dude speaking about the grandmother that he has that's associated with the police department, allegedly. You know, but I want to say this. What's the point of hiding his identity from the public when the public not trying to get him a certain gang is? You see what I'm saying? That don't make no sense to me. I never understood where the hell they're going with that. You feel me? Like, y'all hiding him from the world, but one gang is looking for him. That means they already know who the hell he is, right? Tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong. You know, but let's get back into it. It's almost over.
Killed in a during a in Douglas County, now responding to statements put out by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office about her son's death and why no arrests have been made. She's also taking legal action. Fox 5's Eric Mott joins us from the live desk. Eric, he spoke with Mitchell's mother one-on-one.
Absolutely, Eric. And she says the Douglas County Sheriff's Office narrative that they've now put out confirms what she already knew, and she doesn't understand how that precludes arresting her son's killer. Now, on Thursday, the Sheriff's Office released a video statement confirming certain details about the death of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell. Investigators confirmed Mitchell was selling someone in a car on January 29th when Mitchell and the buyer struggled over and the buyer pulled out his own weapon and shot Mitchell. Deputies pulled over that buyer after he was driving erratically and discovered Mitchell in the front seat. They're now saying they let the driver go because the driver thought he had been set up and was being followed. Mitchell's mother, Kenya Mitchell, told me today this confirmed what they already knew, that this person her son and is yet to face any consequences for that.
Malachi Mitchell is the victim. I'm not understanding why an arrest has not been made. However, if Douglas County is not going to do their job, me as his mother will make sure I do my job. And our family attorney will make sure she does her job.
And by that, she means their family attorney has now filed a civil lawsuit against the shooter, who police have not yet identified. Now, Kenya tells me this suit aims to get justice for her son and will hold the shooter civilly liable for her son's
death. Of course, the police is going to come out with a statement and
try
to make it seem like Malachi was in the wrong. Of course, they're going to do that, and you of all people should recognize that. But we know why they came out with that statement, trying to make it seem like he was at fault and he did something wrong. It's only one side of the story. Both Malachi and Cameron may have been out there in the streets being menaces. They could have. You never know. Nobody knows but the people who were close to them. And there's a lot of people in my inbox. It's going both ways. But it's the fact of he got away not only with unaliving this young man right here.
Yes.
Cameron got away also with running a red light and driving reckless and driving around with a body in his car while passing up a hospital, fire department, and police station. But the main reason why Cameron got off, because of the connections in his family. The connections in his family, law enforcement. Law enforcement are not going to lock up law enforcement. They're going to have each other's back. They're going to make sure they do what they have to do in order to cover each other's back. And that's exactly what happened in this case right here. And I don't care what anybody got to say. That's exactly right. We've seen it many times before. Law enforcement are going to cover themselves. They're going to cover their family. They call each other family. You wear a badge, you family. They're going to cover each other. And that's exactly what's going on in this case with Malachi Mitchell and Cameron Ashton. That's his grandmama right there. And imagine who else is in law enforcement who is covering his back. So miss me with that.
Okay, so look, I'm glad that he said what he said and tied this all together, because I was wondering where the hell did it come from that they're going to let him just go like that. And it does make sense if that's the truth, you know. But I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this whole situation. I really do hate that happen, and I hope that he does get justice. I will keep you updated with, you know, the updates on this situation. I just feel like that when you're dealing with someone out here in these streets, don't go deal with them at nighttime. Really, you shouldn't be doing certain deals. If you are, go to the police station, in front of the police station, and do these. Even though it can happen anywhere at any time, make sure you're doing it in a public place around everybody. That way this can go smoothly, because we really just don't know what happened. I don't want to point the finger at nobody without knowing what's up, but I definitely want the mother to get justice, and I do want, you know, the truth to come out. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on this whole situation. Y'all like, comment, subscribe if you're rocking with the channel. Other than that, I will holler at y'all later on another video. All right.